Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa, and the thing is, some habitats I want to build. Some habitats I need to build. And ever since I took a look at the Chimpanzee Remaster and New Variants mod by Gabboi, I needed to build a habitat specifically for them. So that's what I did today. So if you want to learn about the Western chimpanzee, or simply just see how I built this habitat, then please keep watching. And I will of course have a link to Nexus down below where you can go and download the mod, and a link to Animalia where I got my information from, along with a link to a video by Leaf who shows you exactly how to download mods. However, if you want to have this for a while, maybe wait to after the DLC comes out, because then some of the mods may break. I'm not completely sure anymore, but just to be on the safe side, I am gonna remove my mods just temporarily, and then I can try after the update and the DLC. I will try to reintroduce them gradually to make sure that nothing crashes the game, because we don't want to lose our games. So it's just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna do that. I don't think I have to, but I'm not sure, so just to be sure. Anyway, link to all of that down below as always, and yeah, let's get started. We're gonna make the corner habitat here, and I want a good looking part. I want to make it clear that this is not a part of the aquatic habitat, so we're still gonna use the same stones, but we are not gonna use all of the same features. We're not gonna have as many water, for instance. We're also not gonna use the same wood. The wood I use here, the wall pieces are from a mod. I'm not sure which one, to be honest, but I have a playlist with all prop mods that's currently on the game. I can see here, I think this is North America, I want to say, or South. Oh, I'm not sure, guys. But I will maybe put it down below if I can remember to do so. I don't know. Like, I don't want to promise you if I forget. So yes, I use this just to make an outline of the habitat that's gonna go on this side, and then so they will be the habitat here over on this side. We also have a habitat across this from the path, so we have today and then 2 habitats later, and I want to make a live stream on this channel, not my live channel, on this channel, where I basically go through the entire zoo and just talk about what I did and look at some of the older habitats here, because we have been building here for I think 3 or 4 months at this point. So I'm so intrigued to show it all off in a way where it makes more sense and you see it, the whole thing as a whole. Again, it will be up afterwards, so if you can't see it when I go live, that's okay. But I have 2 habitats, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna put one extra during the week and then we will go live Saturday, or if we will put one up Wednesday and Saturday as I normally do, and then make a live stream Monday before the DLC goes out Tuesday. I am not sure. I haven't decided, but again, I do not know if some YouTubers may get the early access like last time and they put up videos Monday and then you probably rather see them. So yeah, I don't know what's the clever thing to do, so I will think about it and probably put something out in the community tab as soon as I have decided. One thing I want to mention about this mod is, even though I really love it, I think it's gorgeous, is called the Chimpanzee Remaster and New Variants, and it does add new variants and make the chimpanzees so much beautiful. But when that is said, the chimpanzee from the game is the West African chimpanzee, also known as the... Sorry, I just clicked away from it. The West African chimpanzee. It is a subspecies of the common chimpanzee. And the common chimpanzee is also just called chimpanzee or robust chimpanzee or chimp. But the fact is, this is called just chimpanzee and nothing else is one of their names. And when the remaster was made by Gabboi, he just calls it chimpanzee. So it is possibility that he went over and went for the chimp or the chimpanzee instead of the West African chimpanzee. I'm not completely sure about that. However, I will focus on the Western chimpanzee or the West African chimpanzee, the one we already had in the game, just to clarify and not confuse anyone, because I was already confused at this point. And because the Western chimpanzee is a subspecies of another chimpanzees, it actually have 3 names and not only 2 in Latin. In Latin, the first name is of course the genus, which is Pan. Pan is a real funny genus because the family in this case is Hominidae, which is the family of chimpanzees. And I think there's a few other, the bonobo and the mountain gorillas, all of the gorillas, orangutan, and so on. These bigger apes. However, they do not all share the genus, which again, first part of the Latin name, which for the orangutans will be Pongo, for the gorillas is simply gorilla, and for the chimpanzees it is Pan. And Pan is of course the name of the Greek gods of fields, groves, and wooded glens, which is basically where the chimpanzees live. Then the next name in the order of names here is Troglodytes, which is Greek for cave dweller. Again, Greek and and Latin sometimes have a little more in common than just what we think. But it's cave dweller, which does make sense, and not only for the chimpanzees, but it also relates to some of our own human history. So here we have the 2 first names of the Latin names, with again Pan Troglodytes, which is the Latin name of the common chimpanzees, or the one that's just called chimpanzees or chimp. But because here we have a subspecies, then we just add a 3rd name behind that, and in this case it is Varus. But the funny thing is that the original name for the Western chimpanzee was not Pantroglodytes varus, but it was instead Pansaturus varus, which means that originally you did know it was a subspecies, but didn't count it for the subspecies of the common chimpanzees, which were corrected later. But it did keep the last name, which is Varus, which is Latin for true. So it's technically called the true common or the true chimpanzee, which I personally find very, very interesting. And though it is called the Western chimpanzees, it does sound like the Western is this giant big area. Well, it is a few countries, but it's also just a few. So it is of course in the western side of Africa, which is Côte d'Ivoire, Guyana, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mali, Senegal, Sierra Leone. And they only stay within the forest, which again is what my habitat here today reflects very much and does fit with the new DLC. And then the savannah, they do actually also walk among or out there a lot. Again, they are not fully climbing animals. They do also walk on all fours. They also walk very much in the ground compared to some more monkeys. Again, it is confusing for me because monkeys and apes is both called aber in Danish, so it does confuse me a little bit. But some monkeys live all their life up in the tree if they can get away with it, where many apes live more like 50-50 or most underground. When it comes to the behavior, the Western chimpanzee actually have very different behaviors than normal chimpanzees or other subspecies of chimpanzees, and therefore have also been mentioned before that people simply thought that it was their own species, and it have also been conversation in recent years about should they be recognized for their own species and not a subspecies. And this actually also is really intriguing. They have this rock throwing behavior. For instance, this is one of the changes in behavior from other chimpanzees, just to clarify. But they throw rocks, large rocks, into hollow trees or tree stumps or what they can find. Not really. It's not like they get food out of it or have an idea of it. And it seems to be either a kind of ritual for the Western chimpanzees, like we have religious rituals as humans, but it could also be like a ritual, like behavior. I can throw the biggest stone, I'm gonna be the leader, something like that. But it could also much simpler be early signs of sports development. So they actually do it for sport, which is not really something you commonly see with wild animals. They also make wooden spears so they can hunt other smaller primates, for instance monkeys, but also use caves as literally homes. They will share their plant foods with each other and travel and forage during the night. They will also take a bath and submerge themselves completely in water, simply to keep themselves cold when they are in the hotter part of the year, or simply in the middle of the day where it's literally hotter outside. So again, all these behaviors that makes me feel more related to them than I would do to a normal chimpanzee. And it also makes me wonder, if we just let them evolve, where would these be in a few thousand years or maybe a million years? Would they be the apex predator? Would they actually begin to develop language with us? Would they be more developed than us even? It's quite intriguing, and it's definitely something I want to know more about. And one behavior I think most men out there had observed at least once in their wild is when you pick a fight with a woman, they band together, and you as a man is all on your own, and all of the women will just band together and be each other's cheerleaders as long as it is against a man, not against other women or women, but against the men. That's something I can admit as a woman. It happens. But that also happened with the Western chimpanzee, which is kind of unique here and kind of amazing to see. Again, it's not something they learned from us. It's something they have evolved all of their own. And I just want to say there's much more of it here. Again, link is in the description if you want to go and read for yourself. Please do. It's really entertaining in a way, but there's much more. But I just need to mention that in the wild at this point, the numbers of the Western chimpanzee is estimated to be between 300,000 to 55,600 individuals in the wild, and that's simply not enough. And therefore, they are listed currently, according to the IUCN Red List, as critical endangered. And that's really sad, because I really want to see how far this species can evolve over time. But when you go in and look at the common chimpanzees, the numbers are a little higher. They are estimated to be between 172,700,000 to 299,700. Sorry, I said that wrong. That's 172,700 to 299,700 individuals. So that number is of course much higher, but that is also because there is currently 4 subspecies recognized, and if the western chimpanzees at some point get recognized as a species on their own, the numbers of the common chimpanzee will of course fall. But because of these numbers as they currently are, the common chimpanzees is listed as endangered, which is not that good either, but it's still better than critical endangered. Anyway guys, enjoy the cinematics, and as always I will come back afterwards. Okay guys, that's all I got for you, and as always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys.